Hi guys, we're Deluxe Corner is back. Welcome to another installment. We have an exciting episode. Yes, right now it's lockdown, and yeah, it's quite intense. But I have guests, and don't worry, these guests are from the same household, so they're not visiting. I live with these guys, and they'll intro themselves. But after we play the intro. Welcome back. So, as I said, we have two guests, and my guests are people I live with. They're both my brothers. Please introduce yourself one by one.
Hey, I'm Josiah, also known as Josh. I'm IJ's older brother.
I am Wilson or Willie. I am his younger brother.
And we all live together as one happy family. So like I said, lockdown is happening as we speak, where it's intensified, where two of the people I live with now are forced to not work actually. Woo! So I guess, I think it's been lockdown in terms of not intense lockdown. It is like it is now, but previously it was kind of lockdown where you guys were able to go to work. How's lockdown treating you, Josh?
Well, I just found out today that we're in serious lockdown. So work texted me and emailed me saying that I'm on extended leave until further notice. So I think it'll be this week, my first week of lockdown. So not too sure. So not too sure what to say about it yet because I haven't gone through it. But I know, judging by the looks of it, it's not easy. But we'll get through.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
How about you, Willie? How's lockdown treating you, or how are you feeling about it?
So similar to Josh, I was working up until today. Today's the 17th, the day that we're recording, and so also haven't gone through lockdown since last year. But I am fairly, excited, I think. I don't know.
You don't know what to expect,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
we've done it before, but
Before you were still working though.
Yeah, we still work through
But
it.
you were working the night shift.
I was working, the night shift, not really graveyard, the night shift. I was a man of the night, and
You were the man of the night, were you?
I was the man, not a man, the man.
Okay, you keep your story going, please.
And I would, I guess, go to work at night, and then I'd be on lockdown during the day. But so it'd just be standard, no going out, no seeing anyone, saving a lot of money, which is good. It's actually very good. I'm looking forward to saving more money.
Yeah, I feel like it is quite a money saver because we can't really spend money and go out, and so we have to be creative. Actually, the good thing is, well, not totally good thing, but I find it's a blessing that our dad is a chef, and so he's been cooking at home a lot.
Yeah.
I know because
good.
I've been working from home for the last 2 weeks, and every lunchtime, I just go up to my mom and dad's room and I look at my dad. I'm like, so it's lunch, huh? Right? And he's like, go cook yourself. And then later, 5 minutes later, he'll go downstairs and cook me something. I was like, ah.
You start burning stuff, and it's like, no, get out the way, get out the way.
Yeah, I attempt to cook. I try and cook, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. And dad's resting, and I'm giving him work to do. I don't know if that's something that he would appreciate, but keeping him busy, keeping his joints working. Anyway,
How'd it go? How do you keep your
Lubricated, joints lubricated.
yeah, because you need that to stay young. Hopefully, he's taking his fish oil tablets. But anyway, yes.
Take your fish oil tablets.
Take your vitamins, everyone. It's really good for you. But yes, I know you guys talk about two things, or a thing you have in common, which I'm not a part of, but I always notice them talk about it, What do you guys normally talk about when you see each other basically at dinner every night?
Either One Piece or basketball.
Yep.
Basketball. Just have your basketball jargon. Wait, what teams do you guys go for?
I go for the Phoenix Suns. It's our first time in the grand final since 1993, and we've never won one. So I hope we win. I'm not sure if we will, but I really do hope we do.
Oh, that's the jersey we got you for your Christmas present,
you got
right?
me that Nash. Oh,
Me
sorry,
and-
Steve Nash jersey, the Nash jersey.
It was mostly Wilson. I was
really
like, Wilson, get him that basketball thing you guys talk about. That was pretty much it.
It was a
What
good choice.
I go for. I don't really follow a team. I did follow Kawhi Leonard, but he's a bit of a wuss. So I think next season I want to follow the Grizzlies because I like Ja Morant.
And what's his name? Jaren
Jackson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's good.
So see how that goes. But in the finals, I'm rooting for the Suns.
just
Okay.
because Kuya has brainwashed you too. Right?
No, I like Devin Booker. I
Oh,
think
okay.
he's
My boy
like
Book.
just a bit older than me. Or
He's
my
like
age.
24.
Yeah, just a bit older than me.
Yep. And way younger than me. Anyway, that's great. There's also, I guess, another thing that we actually all three of us have in common. Can you guys guess what do you reckon it is? All three of us have an interest in it, other than Jim.
Super
I
Smash
haven't
Bros.
been gym for a while, so
I can't
Both of
tell.
you
I
are
can't tell,
wrong.
Kuya. Can't tell.
Yeah,
Can't tell.
looking great. You're looking good. You're doing
My guy.
that is best is what we can ever hope for. I'm not trying to say anyway. You know what is the thing that we all have in common? And it's okay, a little hint. It's a game that we've all played, but it's not a computer game, but a game.
a game we've all played.
Bloody Mary.
Pokemon?
No.
Go fish.
It's something that we've all done. You were doing it the other night. Me and Wilson haven't done it in a while.
I did the other night.
I think that's what you were doing
What?
in here in our
What
studio
noise?
space.
Ah, D&D. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually on that correct.
Very
yes,
vague
yes.
question. A lot of games out there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I was like, what was he talking about? What?
Yes, we all play D&D. Me and Wilson have a campaign together with our good friend Ryan. We need to get you on
Hi,
the show
Ryan.
soon. And
Hi.
hi, Ryan. And also, you play.
Yes, yes, I do.
And which campaign? Oh, what's the one I drew a picture of?
Yeah,
what-
yeah, that was a dope picture.
What is that? The character that you play?
Yeah. That's the character.
Okay, so I'll show a screenshot. Or here's okay. So can you please name your character and then not yet. So don't set it up yet. First, name your character
All
that you
right,
play.
so my character's name is Tama.
Hi, Tama.
Here's the picture.
Sorry.
It'll just pop out.
And he is a blood hunter, and we are currently playing. What's that game?
Blood.
Strahd. Count of Strahd. I can't remember. It's something to do with Strahd, which is a vampire one. So we're currently in that campaign. We're level 7. Which
Okay,
is
what race and class and all that?
Oh, my race is a variant human. I already said the class, which is a blood hunter.
Oh, blood hunter, right.
Yeah, so it's just think of
Blood.
if you guys played the Witcher video game, it's similar to that. And he can turn into a werewolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Why is it
Sounds
called
very effective against
Why
a
is-
vampire.
Why is it called a blood hunter?
Uh,
Is that a fancy way of saying vampire?
No, he uses his blood to pretty much cast spells, which is pretty bad, but
Oh, I
Sounds
see.
very detrimental.
yeah.
Right. It's a make
And in,
believe world.
and in general.
right. And for those who don't know, D&D is like a turn-based roll of the dice kind of game where
Role
we
playing.
and there is an
in
element
a fantasy land.
that we cannot physically see, but we pretend. This sounds cooler and cooler, I know. By the second,
We are
but,
very cool,
but it's
if you didn't notice.
I can't separate reality from the game.
yeah. His character is actually legit him.
I'm so cool.
And anyway, so that's your
Steamboat
character,
from
your
Fairfield.
campaign. Actually, he's not from Fairfield anymore.
Oh no,
Oh, that's right.
I
It's
Best
I
easy.
extended to
That's easy.
Mercy, nah, just-
21.98 on top. Fit
Right,
you in the house.
You should start
bounce.
Okay. And now go back to your coolness of what's your D&D character?
I think my character's an archer.
What's his name?
Oh no, a ranger.
Mm-hmm. His name? Introduce your character.
And ironically, I named him this because he's an archer. Sorry, ranger. No, I named him Chop because he doesn't chop things. He shoots
Oh wait,
things.
we're doing that campaign. Sorry, I've drawn you another. I was thinking of the dragon one, but wait, yes, that's the other one.
Oh, you've got another one.
The later
dragon
one.
that I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the dragon one, but the one we're talking about is Chop.
Ranger. Yeah, a ranger.
Here's the photo.
Chop the ranger that does not chop things. It shoots things. But I shoot them really hard. It's really great.
Yes,
Shoot
yes.
them dead.
But he's never in the heat of the fight. He's normally really far away.
Well, I'm always actually dying.
Yeah,
I'm so
true.
ballsy.
Because there's always our dungeon master Ryan always likes to put things that are like always constantly hurting us or like making it a bit difficult.
That's fun though.
I think he overestimates our ability. Actually, literally, in one of the campaigns we did, there was one where like we literally all were dead besides one guy, and he was about to die. And basically, because our friend Aaron was what was he?
Did I die? No, was I alive for that? Wasn't I?
No, you were unconscious. I think all of us were unconscious. So we were literally rolling the dice, and if we rolled one last one, we would have like actually our characters would have died, but we
so
stayed.
fail and,
We were still alive, and one of our team members ended up kind of sacrificing himself and releasing his spirit because he was some sort of mage. Was he a mage or something like that? A necromancer or something, and then he released his spirit and then put it into the enemy and then killed the enemy. But then took the enemy's body and saved us all. So it was literally like, I was surprised Ryan was like, okay, fine, you can do that. We're like, oh, okay. And
he probably wants to have you an out because he's like, oh crap, I'm about to kill my my crew, my group.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. So it was quite a.
It's actually so hard.
Yeah.
We got like one hit by this guy.
Ooh, that's right.
Tell him the story.
Oh
RJ,
yeah, I'm
how-
supposed to be this badass warrior, and I was like getting all cocky. I was like, I'm gonna beat you up, and then he like one hit me with a spear because he like critted twice. I was like, what are the odds of that? There's freaking 20 sides to a dice.
Two natural 20s?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And I almost died. But anyway, I'm just bad. But yeah, it was just one of those scenarios.
Do you guys have a barbarian in your group?
Yes. Oh wait.
No, he doesn't really play.
No, that's right. Our friend Aaron, who ended up dying and putting his soul into another, was a barbarian. So he's in a barbarian's body.
Can a barbarian do that?
No, he was a mage that died and then sent his soul into a barbarian.
Yep,
But because the
yep.
explosion killed the barbarian, he went into the barbarian's body. And so he was able to like fool the enemy. But anyway, yeah. So my character is named Carlito, and I'm very politically incorrect and wrong, but I have like a Mexican-esque character. I just like doing the accent. And that's my favorite thing, is just putting on accents and pretending to be.
Well, that's what
Dude,
it's about, really.
Not.
Yeah. Look, it's weird how like, it's a topic of political correctness that it's like, it's not okay to like pretend certain races, but then it's okay to be British. I don't know. Anyway, I just feel like it's a double standard. I just like putting the accent because I like it. It's a cool accent to do.
Not that deep, fam.
Yeah, not that deep fun, but that's British. Peckham, bruv. Anyway,
From
sorry.
the end.
Right. But anyway, I just like putting on accents for fun. And I just feel like it livens up things, and I can pretend to be someone else other than my boring self. So, yeah. It's one of those things. But yes, we've all been playing. You've been playing a lot longer, though, D&D.
Yeah, I have, surprisingly. I think I started 2016, 2015. Still very noobish at it, but I mean, I think our group is more stable now, which is cool. So, what do you call it? We've been having more regular time to play, which is awesome. So we're progressing well through the story, because I've had to restart like 3 campaigns where it sucked, because I know our DM worked really hard for their stories, and they just kind of fizzled because we had to constantly change and chop. But this is probably the most stable group, which is mad, because now we're able to get some playtime.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How often do you play?
We try to do it once a fortnight, but we were talking today about, since it's all locked down, we'll probably play some more. So we're hoping to get more games on because I'm pretty sure they're either working from home or same as us. where
Your
we're just-
scenario, no work.
sorry, excuse me. Yeah, or we're at home, pretty much.
Yeah, no, that'll be pretty cool. Especially like lining it up with.
Well, I was gonna say, well, maybe I could ask like Ryan if he's doing the same thing. You know, just to set up us three and we do like a little Zoom call or something. Hey, Ryan.
Oh, maybe.
Eh?
I'm sure you could like import your character in because you have the history and skills already. We can just run into you randomly.
That would be cool because then he'll
Wait,
have
what level are
everything.
you?
Level 7.
What level are we? 4. Oh, we're pretty close-ish.
Well,
Oh,
I
wait.
can level down.
I think when you get a second attack as a like thing, that's level,
Level
5,
five.
right?
Yeah,
I
level
think we're level 4 or 5. I can't remember.
Level 4, 5. Okay, yeah, we'll have that in the talks and see if you can come in.
Hey, Ryan. Hey.
You can level yourself down. You have an idea of how you were level 2 levels below.
Yeah, well, we got D&D Beyond, so I can just have a look at that and just go from
Oh
there.
yeah, that's what we're working off as well online. Yeah, that's the one we did online. D&D. Anyway, we'll probably get in contact with Ryan now. But anyway, later on.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. We'll figure it out.
That'd be great.
It'd be great. So is there oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, shout out to Vin, my usual trusty Deluxe Corner original OG co-host. He's obviously he can't make it because he's in lockdown, but shout out to you, miss you, man. We actually were talking
Miss you, man.
today, just being like, what's happening in life? But yeah, he's doing well. Send my regards to him and Rachel. Miss you guys, and hopefully after this we'll all get to catch up and film more. But right now we just currently have my 2 brothers here
Just
as
have to settle for us.
yeah. You know, it's the best I can do, really.
Scrape the bottom of the barrel and he found us.
Well, they scraped him. There was nothing. He looked under the barrel, and that's where we were.
It stuck to the bottom. Like,
Yes, sir.
piece of-
Hey, you guys are saying it, so that's all on you. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm neutral. Poland, so to speak. Anyway, yes. So, anyway, do you guys have anything that you've been kind of finding yourself obsessed with lately, where, or like you find yourself, kind of drawn toward? Like obsessions of the week, or something that you've been doing a lot of during lockdown, or something that you found out about yourself during lockdown.
For me, I would say it would be like really looking at the stocks and stuff.
Oh, that's
Stock market.
right.
Yeah, I've been really reading up on that and just finding out
Like
more.
cryptocurrency and stock market and investing
Crypto,
money.
not so much, but I'm
Okay.
also investing money.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
like, I was telling like Dad downstairs, I've learnt in the past month I've been reading up and just looking at them. I've learnt so much more than I ever have in high school, which is kind of a drag.
Wait, you looked at stocks in high school?
No, that's what I mean. We didn't. We didn't even.
Oh,
look at
as
any of
in
that.
like you've educated yourself a lot more than you would have ever during your time in high school.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Self
pretty much.
empowerment. I like it. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, pull down, guys. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, just looking through that and finding it really interesting because there is like long-term investments and stuff like that are really beneficial. And I wish I learned all these things when I was younger because I mean,
Yeah, like I always thought it was interesting in high school. They never really taught you about mortgages or about like real life things that you have to deal
Yeah.
with. Rather, like deal with equations and maths and
or
other
even
like
like tax returns even. I
Exactly.
don't remember going through any of that.
like no, I don't know. I remember we never talked about any of that stuff. And like it's just like why don't they teach us these fundamental things that we're gonna actually face? Like there should be a topic of like everyday living.
Yeah, instead of this thing about Pythagoras and stuff where they do corners. I don't even remember how to do that. All I remember is shapes, and I was like,
It's like
what's the point of this?
most of the people that most students that finish high school aren't all engineers. Like,
Yeah.
like
Like I get it, but I mean, majority of us, no.
like I think like life skills is definitely a class that they should invest in. So all our teacher friends, somebody like, why not let's change your syllabus? Like, teach us about taxes, teach us about the economy and stuff like that and how things work.
Yeah, just real life things.
Did they do that in economics? Actually, when I think about it, I've never did economics, but I'm
I
like,
did business.
I
I
don't
don't
think
remember
so.
a single thing because I thought it was a bludge period. Like,
Right.
because my teacher was yeah, he sucked at trying to keep us at bay. So I learned nothing.
Oh,
in
who
there.
was that?
What if he
I'm gonna
actually
beep it
taught
out
you
if you
Yeah,
say
things?
that.
his name was Mister.
Oh, I never remember. I don't. He wasn't there when I was there.
He was a nice guy, but I mean, when it came to trying to control the class, he couldn't. So I mean, he used to try to write things down, but none of us listened. Like,
But your
maybe
grade
one or
was
two.
notoriously known in my time as
Yeah, our
as-
grade was very loose.
yeah
Very
the
loose.
grade that ruined everything for everyone else. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's very plausible.
Yeah. So anyway, you've been really interested in stocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some things that you feel like you've learned or done since learning some new things?
I would say because it broke my perception of stocks because I used to think stocks is like high, kind of like you have to have $1 million and just keep putting it in there, and you know if the stock market crashes, you're gonna lose like everything and you're gonna be broken out of a house.
Right.
That's what I used to think it was, but it's not. Like there are little ways where over time, 5 to 10 years, stuff like that, you can slowly put in your money, not all of it, just some, invest, and eventually it'll be what do you call it, the interest and the dividends and all that all add up. So you'll gain more putting it in there than saying putting it in a bank, because a bank you don't get anything. The bank just uses your money to pretty much make themselves more rich by investing your money that you put in there. So I mean, yeah, that's what I learned from there. I was like, oh, okay. So I mean, it's not a get rich quick scheme or by any means. It's more so find a company you like.
Yeah, like being
and-
smart and
yeah.
researching, and then
Yeah, research.
investing small and seeing how that money grows.
Yeah,
So it's like investing. Yeah.
Investing and just keep putting away. So, just doing that, and I know it's been very beneficial. I'm just at the start, but I mean, I've learned, and just think of the
I
future.
know you have stocks because of your previous job.
Yeah. So I mean, I learned from there. Like, I didn't realize the significance of it until I started paying more attention to it, because to it as I kept looking. I was like, oh wow, okay, and all it was just 10% sacrifice, and over 2 years.
And this was when you were working with Apple.
Yeah, this is when I was working there, and it was like a good, like a significant, it was a good amount. So I was like, oh wow, this is, so that's how I learned, and then I started looking into it more, and it helped me to figure out, okay, there's other things out there. I'll look into
Have
it
you
and
made money now, or you're still in the beginning
still in the
stages?
starting phase. So I mean, I'm up like a couple of dollars, but I
Okay,
mean,
that's good.
I know it's a lot. It's a process. It's a journey, which I don't mind doing.
Right.
But
Okay.
as long as I know that I can set up me and my family and stuff like that, that's the main goal. Why I'd like to do, well, why I do it. Just think about
interesting.
future things, because I never thought about it. Like I've never thought about finance or anything like that until.
Now, I
Until
feel like a
recently.
lot of people, especially during lockdown, have like explored different things. And yeah, I heard like investing, and cryptocurrency or stock market is something they've all been educating themselves on and giving a go. I've listened to like countless podcasts while I work, and like I hear like people always talking about those kind of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah.
What about you, Willie? Is there anything that's kind of catching your interest or doing anything? Or?
I have an obsession with building Lego cars that are after real model cars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they're all downstairs.
Yes,
Like
and
on the TV.
You've actually like introduced me to that, because I remember one night you invited me to build one with you as well, and I found it incredibly therapeutic to like, and it was really relaxing just to like focus and build something, and then we have like something random playing in the background, whether it be music or a random TV show, and and we just have random weird awkward banter in between, or but no, I found it fun. So what like, when did you start doing that, or when did you discover it?
I think I started last year. It's from the Speed Champions series from Lego, and they make real life models into Lego cars. Like, so I guess the Lego car will just resemble the shape of the real car, and like there's like stickers you can put on it, and comes in the right colors and stuff.
It's quite interesting. I've done a couple because we've been doing some, and I noticed obviously they use the generic Lego pieces and specific shapes. But yeah, it seems like they go off those kind of template shapes to kind of model and form these cars. And so sometimes I feel like the Lego car shapes or the finished product as a Lego car looks cooler than the actual model sometimes in real life. But yeah.
So my latest purchase was today. It was an essential purchase.
Definitely
and-
wasn't
Definitely.
browsing. He knew what he needed, essential, grabbed it and went.
Yes. I was in Kmart with my mask, socially distant from everyone, checking for flat benches because we need a bench at home because we don't have one, and they did not have stock.
Oh no.
So I went to the toy section, as you do, and I found I just usually go there every time I'm at Kmart or Big W or whatever to see what they have in stock. And lo and behold, they had my Toyota Supra that I've been chasing forever. It's like a yellow one.
Oh, nice.
And because I'm in lockdown now, I bought that and this bigger set with two models in them.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna be building that sometime.
Actually, for your birthday, I got you a set that we completed.
a big one.
Big one.
Big one.
That blue Jaguar
Yes.
set. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just not obsessed, but I like doing these.
No, you're
because-
It's a hobby. It's a hobby.
Yeah,
I think it's a healthy hobby to have.
as opposed to like
Gambling or I don't know, other things.
So yeah, I think this is one of the healthy ones, and it's just I guess it has to do with the way my mind works and how I find rest in that, because I'm putting these pieces together. It's like therapeutic. It's like ticking boxes off of a list.
Right. It is quite satisfying to
putting pieces in its place.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. I've enjoyed doing it as well. You've introduced me to something that's good. Is there for me, I don't think I've done anything. I've just started playing games a lot more. Well, obviously, I've been reading the Bible a lot more because our growth group had this challenge to kind of, after we did this Bible course, we were all sharing in the group chat how we wanted to continue reading the Bible, and so we all had these things during the 2-week term break of just reading the Bible. I finished 1 Chronicles, which was really interesting because it was just all about there was a lot of genealogy, and actually in the Jewish Bible, the book of Chronicles are I think it's 1, but anyway, Chronicles 1 and 2 are at the end of the Torah of the Jewish Bible, because it's like like it lays out or it's a chronicle, and I think the purpose of the book is to like kind of outline because the outline of King David is quite positive. It doesn't like dwell on the negative of Bathsheba and the things he did, but it more focuses on the victories that he had and how he was faithful to God and did what God said, and had all these miraculous victories against enemies and stuff like that. And I think it was just trying to paint a picture of a good king, and how from that line of David will come a king that will establish his kingdom forever. And so it was just it was an interesting read, and there's just a lot of names in there, but at the same time it was interesting to hear the positive side of David. And now I'm up to 2 Chronicles, and I'm kind of excited to see how that all pans out. So and anyway, so that's something that I've been kind of drawn toward, but also kind of encouraged by as well. How about you guys? What was the last thing you guys read during this time?
Ooh.
One Piece chapter 1019 for you.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Probably One Piece chapter 1017. That's all I can recall.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Or Bible. My question was specific to the Bible. What was the last thing that you read in terms of the Bible, and was there anything just a little?
Ooh, I would say a bit that's one thing I've been wanting to improve on, need to improve on. I'd say John, I think it was, just because when we started me and my wife started watching The Chosen. I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
I
That
mean,
Bible series. Yeah.
yeah. So we got up to like I think episode, I think 1, 2, or 3. It just what do you call it? Yeah, I like it because it like really just shows Peter and all them as just regular people, Like at the start where Peter's grifting with his brother, with his brother, trying to rip off like his in-laws. So it just shows that God can use anyone. Like yeah, no respect to the person. But yeah, in terms of Bible reading, that's one thing I really want to improve on. I would say last one I read was probably 1 John, but then like I said, I need to write more notes and just focus more on it.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. What about you, Willie?
I think the last thing, like a proper read, or like like 6:30 a.m. you get that notification from the Bible app, and it's like verse of the day.
Oh, well, it's something that it doesn't have to be like a right, like your last interaction, I guess.
Yeah, well, I guess today was my last interaction with the Bible. I read the verse of the day, which I do every morning.
Oh, nice.
Today was the Psalms.
Oh,
I can bring it up because I don't remember it.
yes.
Here we go. Oh, and it's disappeared. Oh, here we go. Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. It's a proverb.
Oh, probably. Oh, nice.
Yeah, 12:25 if you're interested. Good read, I think. I hope. Yes, it is.
I hope. You're the one reading it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my last interaction with the Bible.
Oh, that's cool. I think that's a cool habit just to read. Actually, that's really helpful to have a resource like the Bible app to kind of have that. I'm guessing everyone who has the Bible app would have had the same.
I think it's just a default setting.
Yeah, everyone has it. But it's pretty cool. It's still
Yeah.
good. It's God's word notification.
Good
I
to
see
hear.
it and I kind of ignore it. I see it and I'm like, yeah. Because I know I read a bit later on, so.
Yeah, for me,
Very
it's, I think, because I try not to ignore it because I know I don't do my reading very well. And so because it's just a verse or a couple verses, I'm just like, yeah, I'll read this. Whereas I try not to excuse it. But some days I do, because some days I don't feel like it. Yep.
Interesting. But yes, another thing I wanted to think about was the idea of like, when we're in, I remember listening to an interview, I think at Conan. Lately I've been obsessed with watching Conan interviews. And so there was this interview he was doing and he just asked the guests, because they were in lockdown in America, and what was something significant about the lockdown to them. And there was one guest that said something quite striking, and he said that the lockdown basically makes you take a good, long, hard look at yourself, because you're not busy with everything else and life and all that stuff. So I guess, what are some things when you are in lockdown and you aren't so busy and life has slowed down, the pace of life has really reduced? What do you feel like you're finding yourself kind of reflecting on or thinking about?
I haven't started yet, like the
Oh,
lockdown.
yeah.
So I've been working. So this week, I'll be able to tell you if I'm here again next week, but not really, because I mean, it was just normal. Like I'd go to work in the morning, and then come home, make dinner, whatnot, and just unwind and that sort of thing. But I mean, I guess on Monday I'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting next 2 weeks. What
Yeah.
about yourself, Willie?
What was the question?
The question had to do with the idea of being in lockdown and
Reflecting on it.
being a bit more self-aware and reflective. Do you feel like, well, I guess you're on the brink as well of just starting, and do you feel like there's going to be a time where you're going to think, or you think you're just going to be pretty passive, or
I do this thing, you can probably tell, but I try not to think as much as I can. And
I'm good at that.
yeah, maybe this time around I will think. Probably try not to. If I think too hard, I might hurt myself. So yeah,
We'll see, I guess. We'll track along and see how you guys are doing and see if there is anything. Because for me,
But you're technically kind of working still, aren't you? Like you're
yeah.
working at home, so I mean, you
Yeah.
can't really self-reflect because you have to sit down in front of a computer, and you have to knock out like your quotas and stuff.
Yeah, so there is a level of kind of having a bit of organized structure in my life, but at the same time, I think something that I've learned about myself, I guess, in lockdown, I think is how to cope a bit better in regards to being in the same space for a long time. I think last time when we had lockdown, I was like really starting to struggle focusing in general because I was just, where I work is where I relax and rest, and where I rest and relax is where I work. So it was just this feeling of just no separation. And so always felt like my level of like thought and energy level was always just it just felt like it was always the same, and there was no separation. There wasn't up or down. It was just always like on the go doing things or at home, but then feeling like I haven't had that separation. Because I think in normal scenario, when I drive to work and I do work and I come home and I go to the gym, and there's all these different places where I'll be, and I was used to that kind of structure, but to not have that has made me very much so like frustrated. I just feel frustrated. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just this sense of frustration. But this time around, I think because I've experienced it and navigated through it before, and I was more aware of that feeling that would come about. I think this time around I've been a lot better because I've learned to structure how I work at home. So like having the ability to work, but then go for a jog, and then go downstairs and eat, and just have more interaction with, and being more aware of those changes, as opposed to just being passive about it the first time around, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just a lot more mindful of the separations. And so when it's time to exercise, it's time to exercise. When it's time to jog. And I think it's been helpful because now I have a work laptop as well. So I like literally turn off my work laptop when I'm done, and then plug in my normal like laptop, my personal laptop. And so having that separation of like work mode, relax mode, or TV mode, or it's been really helpful. So yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize it was Yeah.
So I guess I suggest for you guys, because you're going to be now at home for I think for the next 2 weeks, is to just have that time of being aware of like what you're doing, saying, oh, I need this time for just separation, or I need this time together, or I need this time thing. So yeah, I feel like that's helpful because I feel like that's where lockdown fatigue sets in, is when you're just in the same space for so long.
Well, I suppose you did it for longer. Like you did it months and months at a time, like since last year, right?
Yeah.
So I can see why.
Yeah, it was.
Because I mean, I think if everything goes according to plan, I think me and Wilson probably be potentially back at work after July 30. So it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Potentially, but I mean, you could be right.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah, I think you're on lockdown for like 6 months.
A long time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Working
really
from home.
long. So I could see why that would mess up like your routines and stuff like that.
Yeah. And just always,
because that's a long time to be in lockdown. Because I think me and Wilson really didn't have that. Like
So
our routine was
we'd be
still the
locked down still, but we'd still go to work. But then outside of work, we'd just be at home. I guess regular.
same. Yeah, which is normal.
you had that transition now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. But I reckon it's probably going to be like a 2-week break for you guys. But then again, a 2-week break of just in the same place kind of thing.
Oh, I'm a homebody.
Yeah, actually, you have been. Ever since you got married, you've been super homebody.
Yeah, I've been really just a homebody. Although I wish me and my wife could go out more, like to eat and stuff like that, because we do enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
But I know, I'm pretty much a homebody because I mean, I'm one of those old people.
Yeah, you've had your time in Prime. Well, Wilson has thing. How are you coping now? Because I know it was a bit of a struggle last year in terms of the social aspect.
Yeah.
I think last year I was more, I think, active, I guess, in the social aspect because, I guess, I don't know, I was just doing stuff. But now I think I don't know if it's regression, like a step backwards, but I don't know if it's progression either, but I've, I guess, come to be okay with just staying at home and not talking to people or not seeing people, which is different for me.
Mm.
And I like it, I think.
Oh, I think there's always like two sides, to the story. There's always benefits for both. There's benefits of going in, but then there's benefits of there's benefits for going out and benefits for staying in. I think, yeah, it's probably something you've probably realized and learned about yourself. Because, yeah, I know for the last 3 years, the first 2 years living with you before COVID and all that, yeah, I noticed you were just out a lot more, always out and about. But now you're staying more and more at home, which is good. What are some of the benefits you guess are things that you've learned about yourself, like being able to be like, hey, I'm okay being at home without having to do stuff?
Can you ask a question again?
I knew it. I knew it. I was looking. I was like, he does not know what
His like eyes are glazed over.
Question unclear.
What is the good things that you like about staying in? Easy to understand.
Good things about staying in. So, I am fairly active. My work is fairly active, and so staying at home, I find out I can rest. So that's quite nice. I guess another thing about being in lockdown, all extracurricular activities that I do are cancelled. So sports and I guess exercise, not really. So sports is cancelled, and so no training, no actual games, so no running around as much. So I guess more rest.
Yeah, I feel like before, I think you were pretty much overtraining for a good segment of the first couple of years, I guess, especially living with us and knowing you. Yeah, I know you did a lot of, you were going gym with me every day. You were having like OzTag and OzTag training. And yeah, you just always on the go, always on the move physically. And obviously at work, you do very sometimes strenuous and physical tasks.
Sometimes.
Try not to. I try not. I mean,
And that's why I said sometimes.
Yeah.
I do very strenuous work. Please give me a raise.
None of your coworkers watch. Your
Right,
boss would
mean,
not probably watch it. No, but yeah, I've just noticed that. But I think that's great that you've been able to rest, because I know there have been times where you felt really fatigued. And I think this is God's kindness to I think as well for me as well, because like I think for the longest time I've been kind of falling behind in my sleep because I'm waking up so early, and sometimes I just sleep a bit too late just because get busy or do things just before bedtime. And so I think it's been nice to just not have to wake up so early. Instead of like 4:30 a.m., I'm waking up at like 7 a.m. and then going for my jog. But I'm just happy that...
That's a dream, mate. 7 a.m.
Tonight.
Bro, that's going to be you guys for the next 2 weeks.
Man.
Sir, don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Well, actually, yeah, 4:30, really. 4:30.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nice. Well, anyway, that's really cool. That's really good. But yeah. Yes, it's going to be an interesting time. Lockdown.
Yeah.
But, you know, was there anything, I guess, you guys wanted particularly to talk about or share?
Go, Wilson.
I just do this thing where I open my mouth like I want to say something.
But nothing actually ever comes out.
Do it right now.
Or
happens up
nothing.
here.
Do it right now.
For those watching YouTube video, that's him. That's him. That's a running bit for him.
My growth group leader knows this very well.
It's
He sees me do this a lot.
Yeah, because he likes to tease the people that are trying to get conversation out, and he's just like, and
That's
it.
actually pretty funny.
It's like a
Thanks, sir.
it's like a slight punch in the gut for
I
us.
can just say it like,
Don't encourage this.
no, you should do it.
Do
As
it.
much as
Do
you
it.
can,
Do
as
it.
long as you
I
can.
can't
do
wait
it.
for the day
And
until
see how long you can leave them hanging for. Like they're just leaning in, trying to listen. You're like,
bruh. It's gonna be one of those things where
Yeah.
I swear the youth group kids are gonna do it to you, and you're gonna hate it.
No, because then you just do it back to them.
Yeah.
Now you can't do it back to them because you're a youth group leader. You have to be a good example. Good example. Actually, speaking of youth group, you've obviously
We've all been youth group leaders.
yes, we've all been youth group
I've
leaders.
been youth group.
You were a youth group
Yeah,
leader.
I was.
What are you on about in your old church? You were a youth group
That's
leader.
right. I was. No, because I was thinking.
You had
I was
like
a kids-
Saya and all that.
No, that was a kids. Kids. What do you call it?
That's still a youth group leader.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I have been, because I was thinking more like teenagers and stuff. But no,
Right.
yes,
What's the worst thing that's happened? As you guys being, I have a story for me at least. The worst thing that has happened to me being a youth group leader, and I think for me, the worst thing that ever happened was my very first time leading a session, and my co-leader was Trung, and I think one of it was I was leading the boys, and I was leading them through this study, obviously that I prepared, and one of the things was I kind of lost where I was. And so, when you lose where you are, you take literally 10 seconds or 20 seconds max to figure out, oh, I'm here. I took like at least, I think 5 minutes. I was quiet for 5 minutes. I just stared at the page. I was like, crap, where am I? What's happening? And my mind just went blank. And I just remember I can just see like kind of my co-leader Trung like what is this guy doing? And I was just like, crap. And then out of nowhere, I was like, anyway, here. But that was my worst night, because after when we finished, I was like, oh, that was the worst. I was legit quiet for 5 minutes, and the kids were just like staring at me. And the last thing, I'm some sort of junkie. It's just like, but that was my worst experience. Do you guys have any stories like that when it comes?
Yeah. So for my kids, like the first time I was like doing like a little talk to them, I thought I had it all down pat. I have everything, everything written out. I thought in my head, I was like, oh, this is going to go so well. They're going to get it. They're going to, going to get answers. So I do the whole thing. And then like, I did it too long, because it should have been 5-10 minutes in activity, but I did it for like 15. And that phase where you could tell where like they're not understanding and they're not listening. And I was like, oh, this is not good. And you can just see their faces like, and like one or two are falling asleep. I'm like, oh, come on.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. And they're like, what, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds? I had a big mixed group. That's why I was like,
tough.
I learned my lesson. I was like, okay, so you got to make it kind of like, like at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to keep their attention, and quick little sort of things, and then you have an activity that relates to it. Because I went way too long, and then
Right.
And
Because when it's little kids, it's a different approach.
Yeah, very different approach. Because our church my old church, was small, so we had to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 was the age range. So even the 9, 10-year-olds were like, which is funny. But yeah, and getting them to sit still is the worst ever, because then they're like, you start talking, they'll just get up and walk away. And you're like, hey, where do you think you're going? And you got to sit them back down, and they'll look at you, and then they'll just do the same thing. But then you have to remember, oh yeah, the little kids, their attention span is like gone within 10 seconds if you're...
Actually, that's really interesting. Wilson has done like young kids, like preschool, kids church, and you've also done now teenage youth groups. So you've had experience in both the fields. You must have like triple the stories. No, but you must have some stories from.
Well, for a story from Sunday school, one I guess child was was like, so I can't say her name obviously, but we kept asking her like these questions, like fairly basic yes or no comprehension questions, and she's I think 5, like the earliest you can get into kids church. So after creche. So and it's like, who saves us? And then she said Jesus in a little voice, and then he goes, yes, that's right. And then how does he do that? And she just goes, Jesus. No. And then what's the color of the sky? Jesus. Oh, No. Okay, so she's figured out that Jesus is the answer to everything, which is true.
Which is not
Training
lying.
them young. Training them
Yeah.
young. Not gonna raise little heathens or little pagans here.
Pagans, Christ.
Christians.
How funny is
Yeah.
it that kids are so truthful as well? Like they'll tell you if you're boring.
Yeah.
Like I've had that where it's like, this is boring.
Yeah,
And that's like
Outright
literally
say.
their way of like stabbing you in the gut.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, pretty much. And you're like, "Ugh."
you're irrelevant. Go away. Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
I guess another a story from youth group. I've only done youth group not for long, but I take the year 6 to 8, so I guess entry level to high school, and I guess just a couple years in. And this is the or maybe a month back now. So term two of the school term, and I can't remember what the context was, but one of my youth misheard, I think, what one of the other youth said for an inappropriate word. And it's like, what? Did you say insert word? I don't know what word it was. I can't remember. But just the youths just kept laughing. And then because the youths were laughing, they laugh funny. And then they say they're laughing at each other's laugh as well.
Oh, so it
And
just
then-
kept escalating even
Yeah.
worse.
And he just kept laughing. And I think the word was pretty funny as well. And it was just, like, I was laughing. My co-leader was laughing. It was just a lot of laughter. And then I guess I had to settle him again after that. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah, the challenges of youth group leading and leading the young is quite challenging because there's always trying to settle them, trying to keep their attention, but at the same time, obviously wanting to teach them the gospel and teach them about Jesus. It's always a fine line that we teeter over sometimes, but yeah, it's good. It's good, but it's all good experience, and it's all for God's glory. Someone needs to do it. Someone needs to tell these brats, these little kids about Jesus. But yes, I think we have come now to the end of our time. So it's been great. It's been great. It's been great having you guys. I forgot there's a soundboard there, and I hardly ever use it. But yes, it's been a magical time. I've enjoyed chatting with my brothers. It's been a blast, a laugh. And stop pressing it now. Oh wow, it just keeps going. That was a good joke. Wow, this. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, that was long.
That's a long laugh track. Anyway, let's not use that. But yes, thanks guys for coming. Hopefully you enjoyed your time.
Yeah, it was cool.
And hopefully if we do this again, we'll have more of a structure. This was a spur of the moment thing where I was like, guys, you can do a podcast because I want to. Plus, I've had all this equipment and we haven't been using it. There was like literally spider webs on it as we were like plugging things in, and I thought it was broken, but praise God, it's okay. But yes, you've been listening to another edition of the Deluxe Corner featuring
Josh.
And
hope you guys have a good night or good whatever time you're listening to this.
Ryan, play D&D.